This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good night, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for December 10, 2022. And in the news tonight, St. Anne man charged with robbery with aggravation. A 22-year-old man has been charged with robbery with aggravation stemming from an incident that happened on the Duns River Main Road in St. Anne on Wednesday, November 16. Charged is Brian Irving from the parish. Reports are that at about 4 p.m., Irving, armed with a handgun, pounced upon an unsuspecting man and robbed him of his cellular phone, camera, and other belongings. Quick action by the police led them to the location that Irving was arrested and charged the same day. His court date is being finalized. Councillor condemns murder of poor supermarket owner and a resident during robbery. Council for the Poor's Division, Claudia Morante Baker, has condemned Friday evening's shooting death of supermarket owner and another man in the southern Manchester town. Dead are Jin Siam Yi, one of the co-owners of the business, and Alfonso Cohen, who hailed from the Berrydale community. Reports from the Manchester police are that at about 7:30 p.m., a group of men traveling in a Toyota Mark X motorcar entered the supermarket and robbed its owners and customers. They reportedly opened gunfire at their victims before fleeing the scene. The police were summoned and the injured persons were taken to hospital. Morante Baker said the supermarket plays a major role in the life of the area. I know that the supermarket owner employs many persons and they have been benefiting from him being there, she said. She also lamented that some young persons are unwilling to work and are just seeking easy money. Michael Stern, a senior leader of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party for Clarendon, Manchester and St. Anne, said the men lost their lives to the heartless criminals. I want to also give thanks to the police on their quick interception of these criminals and the discovery of the firearms, and also without their quick actions, we would not be able to hold on to those criminals who committed the crime, he shared. He said Manchester has been under attack from a series of robberies. Stern was speaking Saturday at the funeral for Vincent Augustus Copeland, former councillor for the Poor's Division. Police appeal for assistance to ID elderly man who died at a KPH. The Halfway Tree Police in St. Andrew are seeking the public's assistance in identifying the body of an elderly man who died at the Kingston Public Hospital on November 8. The body, which is of dark complexion, is about 5 feet 7 inches long and has a medium build. The man has low-cut gray hair and was believed to be in his mid-60s. The body was clad in a blue and white striped t-shirt and brown pants. The police are asking anyone with information to call the Halfway Tree Police at 876-926-8184, Crime Stop at the 311-119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Floodgate in Bogwalk Gorge to be fixed after outcry from residents. The National Works Agency has committed to fixing a floodgate at the northern end of the Bogwalk Gorge in St. Catherine following an outcry from residents in the area. The gate has been wrenched from the concrete pillar to which it was attached and now resides on the roadside. The gates are activated to reduce risk to motorists whenever the Rio Cobre overflows and the Bogwalk Gorge becomes impassable. Residents are concerned that the current situation could put motorists at risk. This gate pop off by some man about 2 months ago and nobody won't fix it, said Norman Kelly, a driver. Teacher Denise Brown said, "Can you imagine the Rio Cobre flood out the road and people just drive through as there is no working gate?" Some residents of Kent Village said there is an urgent need for the gate to be fixed. Manager of Communication and Customer Services at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, says the matter will be addressed. The gates along the corridor are very important to the safety of all, so we will be working to address this issue, he says. 2 men are being prosecuted for trying to breach one of the floodgates in the area in September. The gates were closed due to flooding in the gorge. 5 more motorcyclists killed in motor vehicle crashes last week. 5 motorcyclists were among the 8 people who were killed in motor vehicle crashes during the week of December 2 to 9. 2 pedestrians and the driver of a private motor car were the other victims. They are among the latest statistics released on Friday by the Road Safety Unit, which is located in the Ministry of Transport and Mining. According to the RSU, 444 people have been killed in 286 fatal crashes since the start of the year. It said fatal crashes have decreased by 2%, while fatalities have increased by 0.5% when compared with a similar period in 2021. A record of 487 people were killed in traffic crashes last year. While fatalities were projected to decrease by 8% at the start of 2022, that projection now stands at just 1.4%. Meanwhile, the statistics show that pedestrians account for 22% of the road users killed as of December 9. A further breakdown of the numbers show the following. Motorcyclists account for 30% of the road users killed as of December 9. Private motor vehicle drivers account for 18%. Private motor vehicle passengers account for 13%. Vulnerable road users, pedestrians, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists, and pillion passengers account for 59% of the road users killed as of December 9, 2022. Passengers account for 22% of all road users killed this year. Meanwhile, the RSU said males continue to account for 85% of all road fatalities since the start of the year, with females accounting for the remaining 15%. Too fat for farm work? Several councillors in St. Anne who are tasked with choosing candidates for the seasonal farm work program have called on the Ministry of Labour to provide them with criteria to determine those deemed fit for the program. Their call comes after what they said were mounting complaints from residents who were not accepted to the program based on their physical attributes. The Ministry of Labour should give us a list with the criteria so we can show it to the individuals and explain to them that this is the criteria we have to follow, because I have recommended persons and they were told that they are too fat and they don't look like no farm worker, and all these type of things, said Councillor Lambert Weir of the People's National Party in the Claremont Division. He was speaking during Thursday's monthly meeting of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation. I think there are shifts in the system that need to be highlighted, because we have never received any instructions as to weight and so on before, and I have never heard of it, Weir said. He told his peers that some applicants in his division have had their hopes shattered after being denied. We are not in the position to tell them that they are too fat, so we can't give them an application form. Then when they go in for an interview, this is what they face. I have recommended persons that weigh 200 pounds back then, and now the system has changed and others can't get through, he argued. Councillor Geneva Gordon-Bailey of the Jamaica Labour Party in the Limehall Division said she had also heard of applicants being turned away because of their weight. She noted that being rejected in general takes a toll on applicants who go through a lot to be considered for the program. I have heard persons say that it was really depressing for them after going there, and they tell them that they are too fat, and I think it is discriminating. Their criteria are not out there in the public, but when they go, they are being turned down. They need to give us a criteria so we can say to people that if they are more than 150 pounds, etc., they are not going to pass, she urged. However, Councillor Dallas Dickinson of the JLP St. Anne's Bay Division said the weight guidelines are nothing new. There have always been certain requirements such as weight and age for especially the females, because once the person is over certain pounds, they won't take them, he said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.